Hi, this is Terry. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Now I'm on a mission to improve the health of my heart. Something I'm doing today for this week's Terry is I don't want a bunch of small onions. I just want some thicker sliced onions. And so I'm going to I peel this onion right quick. I did this last week and it was nice just to have some onion available for whatever I was doing. So I'm going to cut off this bottom. I'll put that in the bottom of my container. And I do that so I get a nice flat surface. And then it's funny, it doesn't seem like it bothers me just to do like just a little bit of this as compared to whenever I have to chop up and do a whole bunch more. So that's one onion. And now it's starting to bug me. But I'm going to close my eyes and do this part. And I look away. The doctor at work said that there's acid in onions, and that's what bothers our eyes. Now, let me rinse it off. You know how some of those online keto doctors that we all follow will say that some vegetables and have a survival mechanism, and by being poisonous to humans or whatever. I think that that's the kind of thing that I think about. Now, I still eat it. Don't you get me wrong now. Do not get it twisted. I love me some veggies. But I can understand that that is a protection mechanism of the onion to protect itself. I mean, not on purpose, I'm sure. But anyway. Although, who knows? I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. But there we go. I just wanted to cut up these onions. So like I said, I can have them throughout the week. And I need a couple lids. I'm just going to fold up this little thing so that way it'll help absorb any extra moisture. And I'll store it upside down. And that's how I'm going to do them. Now I have to cube up a little of this for something I'm making. So anyway, so there we go. That's for my stuff this week. I have never showed you all how I do my fruit. So I'm just going to show you all in this video. Because I didn't really want to do it and trigger anybody. But I thought, well, I don't know. Let's just see if anybody cares. So I'll put it in with my vegetables. This grapes, I buy grapes and then I pulled them off the vine. Then I washed them and then I set them on here to freeze. So these have been in my freezer for a couple hours. And so I put these, this is how I fill up my Ziploc bags that I use every evening whenever I have my fruit. So first off, I'm going to put my grapes in the bottom of here. So I'll finish that and I'll be right back. There's no set ratio for everything. I just kind of divide the grapes up. I usually end up getting four Ziplocs, so that's why I've got it. So I usually put about a half of a bag of dragon fruit in each container. So again, some of them will have more than half. Some of them will have less than half. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. I just go on and put them in. So then I take 2 containers of bananas. Half in one. Half in one. One in my mouth. Half in one. And half in one. One thing I want to make clear, frozen fruit is much more bland than fresh fruit. So I don't know how the macros per se are, like, you know, like the amount of carbs, if that changes or not. But it is much more bland. It's not as sweet as fresh fruit, which is kind of good if you're somebody like me who is triggered by too much sweetness. I'm so sweet, I get triggered by sweet. But anyway, so if you get triggered by sweet things, you might want to consider buying frozen fruit. It's just a little more bland, which is fine with me. So, because then it's still less work. So I divide these big 3-pound bags into the 4 containers. And that is literally it. I'll just do one so you can, it's going to be loud so I won't talk. Hang on. And I shake it up. And then this is where my evening time fruit comes from. Whenever you see me get my bowl of fruit, it comes from this blend of fruit. So now I'm going to toss this in the freezer. And like I said, I just didn't want to trigger anybody, but that's how I do it. Next up, we got our Jicama and Rutabaga ready. We got to get that going. And this one's a pretty funky one. I'm a little concerned about this one. Looks maybe like it's got a little, oh, you know what that looks like. We'll call it a belly button. It's got a problem, that much I know. Looks like it's got a problem. So let me go on and cut the end of it off. Okay, since this one's so awkwardly shaped, let's go with this one. This one I can fight on my own. I won't make you all watch that, because that's going to be a disaster. But I got my handy dandy. So I got this years ago. There was something I saw on, I don't know, TikTok, Amazon, I guess it's before TikTok. But anyway, it's got little grooves in the teeth. See that? And so it's not like a straight edge like a carrot peeler. And so I've tried a carrot peeler, but they just didn't work for me. But this one really works. And when I got it, there were 3 different kinds. It was from somebody who I saw online, and they were demonstrating it. And one of them, they did it going back and forth to shred cabbage. Another one they used for something else. And anyway, it was one of those gimmicks, and either way, I never used it until I started cutting this rutabaga. And now I love this one. I tried the other 2. They don't work. So only this one will work for it. I wish I knew the kind it was, because when this one dies, which, you know, most things like this do eventually go dull. When it does, I'm definitely want another one like it. And I don't know if one you can get at Walmart is the same or not. So, but anyway, so I'll use this to get as much of the peel off as possible. So it's like I always say, rutabaga is, for me, by using this gadget, rutabaga is easy to peel, but it is a booger to cut, I'm here to tell you. So, and like I said, this one and the other one, these were the best they had. I actually went to Walmart today. So, all right, I'm going to finish this last little strip and I'll be back. So this one was pretty uneven, so I have a lot of places that it could not get to the actual, the skin, because it was so uneven. So I'm just going to take this knife, and that's what I'm going to have to do to the other one when I do it. But I just wanted to make sure I told you all before while it's fresh in my mind. Sometimes it'll be just shaped in just a weird way that it requires well, that's awful thick, Terry, that it requires a little extra oomph. And that's the case with this one. It's going to require a little extra oomph. All right, next up is my cutting part, and I'm just going to not talk because when I hit it, it makes it distorts the sound. And there you go. I'm cutting it in half. And from here, I can cut it and do whatever I need to with it. So I'm going to get this other one peeled and I'll be back. Hey, let me show you something. I have never seen this before. When this was the one that had that spot. And it goes all the way through. This went together. So it came down to there. And came up to here, and that's where the spot was. So I just find that interesting. So, yeah. So now I'm going to cut all that bad part out. Because there's still good rutabaga. It's just like when you get a moldy part of cheese, you just cut it off. But, anyway, yeah. So I've not had that happen before, so I just wanted to show you all. That was interesting. So now I got I'll get all the other parts off of it. And anyway, I'll be back when I'm done cutting all the brown stuff out. For the record, what I'm doing is kind of like it. Whenever they remove a cancer, they cut out the area around it as well. So, like this has no brown on it, and this one has brown on it. But I'm cutting out around the outer edge to make sure it's clean margins. Like I said, kind of like a cancer. So there's the brown, but there's no brown around it. So I'm cutting that out, and that will all go in the trash. So the rest of it will be fine. Now, if I come up dead sometime, you can question the validity of this decision. But until then, let's just keep trucking. Okay, so I've got this cool chopper. And the brand is Fabio Viviani. Gloria got that on, oh my gosh, QVC. Had a brain pause. Anyway, and so before I use it, I like to cut my rutabaga up a little smaller so that it's easier on the chopper to chop up. I'm going to make a bunch of shredded rutabaga this go around. I kind of go back and forth, and I enjoy my salads better when it's shredded. I like it fine. I like it also whenever it's big cubes, but my preference is for shaved. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'll put that much in there. Pop the lid on. I really, really like this. I'm sure it's still on QVC if you want to get one. Again, Fabio Viviani. Amazon has some similar as well. Come on, fella. Okay, there we go. So then you just pulse it to whatever texture you want. That's a good salad texture. That's a good baffle texture. So I'm going to make some up so I can have some baffles also. So let me get a container to put this in. Hang on. So I'm going to separate it out by the kind. So I'll have the baffle texture in one container. And then I'll have the my salad texture in another container. But then this way it'll allow me to kind of separate them and know which one I'm pulling out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do some with the baffle texture, and I'll do some with the salad texture, and I'll show you when I'm all done. So remember, this is all out of 2 rutabagas. And remember, my rutabagas, you saw how big it was when it started. Where I live, rutabagas they're also known as Swede, but not where I live. That's over in Europe somewhere. Y'all call them Swede. But anyway, remember where I live, my rutabaga are $3 per rutabaga. So this big old shape right here, this was $3 for this right here. And that can make a whole lot of things. So, if it fits your macros, and that's my Walmart. Your Walmart might be different, but that's the price in my Walmart. So, something to look into. I ate rutabaga during my weight loss phase, just so you know. Now I'm going to finish getting all this chopped up. I want you to see how much rutabaga I got from those 4 rutabagas, or from those 2 rutabagas. When I was in weight loss mode, my rutabaga serving, I believe it was like about 100, I think it's like 150-ish. So 150-ish grams. So that's 1,000 grams right here. So Ziggy, what is 1,000 divided by 150? Ziggy.
1,000 divided by 150 is approximately 6.6667.
So 6. So if you figure this is 6 servings, this together is probably 8. And then this, oh my goodness, it's probably the same as that. These are lighter. This is going to be my boffles. But anyway, so all these together, so quite a lot of servings out of that $3. So this is probably, I would bet that this is, I don't know. I should have weighed them when I got them and just before I started. Like next time I'll try to do that. But all this right here, the 6, let's say 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Let's say there's 17 servings. So I could have 17 side vegetables with $6. So it works for me. You know, you got to make sure it fits your macros, please. Don't just do it because I do it. So these are going to be for my salad. So I'll have one for what I'm going to make here in a minute, and this one for another one. I'll put my paper towel on it, put it upside down. This is going in the freezer because this was sliced for salads, but I can use this in like a rutabaga soup or a mashed rutabaga. So I'm going to put a message on here for future Terri. Hang on. So I wrote on here raw baga for soup or mash. So that way future Terri can pull this out of the freezer and know what the heck she was thinking when she put it in there. Look, Lori, sometimes I do tell myself what things are. Okay, so I've got a paper towel. I'm going to put on one of these. The good thing about the rutabaga is it can last 2 weeks. So next week, when I make my salad, I won't have to buy any rutabaga. I can just pull this out, and that will work perfectly. And then this one, I'm going to put in my refrigerator. And this will be, like I said, for any baffles that I want to make. And this will be good for any baffles this week or any baffles next week. Because again, it should last me a good 2 weeks. So this one I'm going to use in my salads in a little bit. So I'll just leave this one out. But I'm going to put these in the refrigerator and I'll be back. By the way, I'm wearing gloves because I was clipping my cuticles earlier. And since I'm on the Plavix, I bleed real easy. So I got Band-Aids on there. And this way I'm just keeping those Band-Aids clean and dry. So now we're going to do our jicama. And jicama is the opposite of rutabaga. It's hard to peel, but easy to slice. So I'm thinking I might try, I don't remember if I did this before or not, but I think I might try it this way and see what I think of this. Because this sure seems like it's going easy. That's not hard at all. Remember when I was just whining about how hard it is to cut or peel a jicama? Look at this. Go Terri. Go Terri. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. You're doing a good job. Remember to cheer yourself on sometimes, y'all. Cheer yourself on. And say, good job. Say, good job, Terri, Terri, Terri. Because, you know, if you don't cheer yourself on, you know, sometimes you ain't got somebody in the wings to brag on you a little bit. It's all right to brag on yourself a little bit. You know, you don't want to tear yourself down. We're not one of those people that thump on our chest and badmouth ourselves all the time. We want to be nice to our little selves. Well, ain't that a kick in the pants? If I could have been doing that all this time, instead of whining about how hard it is to peel a jicama, boy, my life would have been a lot easier. Well, dear Terri of the past, I'm sorry I let you down. Now, I would never have been allowed, I laugh, I've peeled potatoes before, And I told my mom, I said, I would have never been allowed to peel potatoes during the Depression, during the Great Depression. My grandma, she could peel a potato and there'd be no potato connected to that skin. She had mad skills, y'all. Me, on the other hand, there's probably just as much of the jicama attached to the skin as there is jicama that's left after I'm done. Anyway, that's all right. That's all right. You're still doing good, Terri Bear. You just keep doing it, girlfriend. Keep doing it. You just rock on. But boy, was this a lot easier. I don't know what all my fussing was about before. Yeah, buddy. Look at that. Boy, oh boy, that was nice. Now, wait a minute. I left a little piece here. Look at that. Go, Terri. Good job. Good job. I told y'all this before. Jicama leaves like a weird film feeling on my fingers. I mean, the jicama itself. Now, also, if you ever buy jicama, you'll know it's got a waxy texture, and so does rutabaga. That's because they dip it in wax. But that's to preserve it, so it's all right. You just peel that off, and it'll be just fine. So, but this jicama is not ideal jicama. See how it's kind of dingy? Good jicama is about as white as this paper plate. So see that for context? Really fresh jicama. But I don't care. I'll eat the jicama regardless. I ain't never had any kind of, creeping crud that I know of from something. I might have, but I just didn't know it. So I'm just going to get these kind of cut up into bite-sized little chunks. And then we are, cubes. We're going to try to do kind of sort of cubes. Alrighty. Now, let me put this in a little container. There, that's going to work well. So with these, with jicama, I tell you this every time, I use it two ways. You can either, I use it like as a bean replacement, or I use it as a kind of like a sweet potato replacement. I use it as, I love it raw, you guys. Raw is another amazing way to do jicama. I love it, love it, love it. But when you got jicama that's like this, that's not real super fresh, you want to use it in things like salads where you can kind of mask, because it's got an earthy texture. When it's fresh, ooh, I gotta get a drink. Hang on. Sorry about that. I was about to choke on my own vocal cords. Anyway, yeah, I have no idea what I was talking about. Choking will do that to a feller. But I like me some jicama. Oh, I think I was talking about that. When the jicama's fresh, it's very sweet. And kind of like almost like a pear, but not quite as sweet. But when it's not fresh, it ain't sweet. It's very earthy. So what could I compare that to? It's not bitter like a radish or turnip. It's, I don't know. Whenever I think, and this, I don't know if this is, whenever I think of things like my turmeric, my garam masala, my coriander, those flavors are what I call a earthy flavor. Don't mean they taste like dirt, but they're it's just an earthy flavor. And so jicama, when it's not fresh, it doesn't taste like those spices. It just puts my brain in the frame of mind of an earthy flavor. But I still eat it on a salad because, that's because it's what I do. Yeah. I'll have to make sure I eat this pretty quick though. This when it's this way, this will not last me 2 weeks at all. Jicama will last about a week if it's really super fresh. But if it ain't super fresh, you better eat a lot of it on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Where's my lid? Come here, lid. In the meantime, I'll put this in my refrigerator. Upside down, of course. And now, it's time to build our salads. Alright, it's time to build the salad. Before I put it on the scale, I just kind of divide up the lettuce, and then I can get a little particular about it after I get it divided. Then I can kind of weigh it out and see what weighs what. So just get it divided into 3, and then we can weigh it. So how's your day going? I don't know what day this is for you all, but for me, it's been a good day. It's a Saturday, and I took the dogs for a walk, and what did we do? I said we walked. They didn't see anybody, but to sing to or anything, but they had a good walk, and they did really good. These guys, they really do a good job walking. I know I've shown y'all before how good they do. They're good babies. They good. But anyway, so we took a walk. My ankle was bugging me this morning. I'm not really sure. Probably a combination of eating not such great foods. I've kind of, because I had a big old luncheon yesterday at work, and anyway, and so sometimes when I eat off plan and yucky foods, I start swelling, and I have aches and pains in my lower extremities. So anyway, but yeah, so there's that. I went to Walmart today. I know y'all probably you will have heard this on my Saturday video, but that's okay. You know, we got the chitty chat. So I have people ask me why cabbage. I always forget to say that. I like cabbage because it lasts longer. Like I said, these will last me 13, 14 days. And so that's what I'm looking for. It's not that I plan on it, but I just want something that's going to last a while and it's not going to go bad. So by me using cabbage, it really, and if you ever made a salad ahead of time with lettuce, you know that the crunch is gone. There is no crunch to it. So, hey, so I need to get some more. Nope, I need to add a little more to this. And I actually need to grab one of those that I pulled out of the refrigerator. So that I put in the refrigerator. Hang on. I'll use it as frozen one so that way I don't mess with what I got in the refrigerator. Okay. Anyway, so I like cabbage because the crunch stays the whole time. I know a lot of people ask me about my salad dressings, so give me just a second and I'll show you what I use. I take this squirt bottle and I put 1/4 with G. Hughes sugar-free Polynesian dipping sauce. So 1/4 of the way, so we'll just say to here with that. Then the other 1/4 of the way is G. Hughes honey mustard dipping sauce. So we'll say to there. Then this is just vinegar. I use a mixture of vinegars. Sometimes I just use one vinegar. It's just whatever I happen to have in the refrigerator at the time. If not, I'll just dump apple cider vinegar or white wine vinegar or just plain vinegar. But it is half the G. Hughes mixture of the dipping sauces and half vinegar. So that's what I use because I like my salad dressing thin. It allows it to cover the vegetables much better. And used to, I would put onions on all of my salads, but I have not been doing that because I have onions in my pickled vegetables that I use. And so with that, I don't need any extra onions or peppers, because like I said, I used to cut up a bunch of peppers too each week. But I really enjoy the pickled flavor. So by doing that, let me spook this over here. What I'm doing is I have those selecticized paper towels. So I'm taking 2 of those, and then I'm folding it to match this square. So let me show you. So just fold in a little bit and fold in a little bit, and then it can lay right there like a little blankie. It'll keep my salad from being exposed to the elements until I get the lid on it. But no, these are really good. You guys taught me that. Hey, if you are new to my channel, please peruse the comment section. I have learned so much from the people who follow me and all the advice you all give me. You guys are such a wealth of information, and you all have taught me so much. So if you are new to my channel, look in the description of my videos, because I have links to various videos that I've made along the way that people ask about, like my loose skin video, or other random videos that people ask me about. And also, I have my email address. If I've got people that email me and ask me questions and they just want to talk privately, or I have an Amazon storefront if you want to see some of the items that I like and use frequently. But most importantly, check out check out the comment section, you guys. Now, probably not in this video. My meal prep videos get the least views, which is fine. It's really just the people that are, because some people don't eat how I eat, but they still follow me. They follow in because they like the us talking and having a good time. So the meal preps usually have the lowest views. So if you're in my main, although my meal preps is where I ask a lot of questions, but you guys will see a lot of valuable information in the comment section. I didn't grow up in the kitchen. Poor mom. She would have, oh man, if I would have been. It's dirty. It's dirty. But there's a spoon that was, my mama had to use on me a lot as a child. And I wasn't even in her kitchen under her feet, and I had to have whooping a lot. I was just always, she said, I felt numerous. That's the word she used to describe me. She said it felt like there were 10 of me. ADHD, anybody? Anyway, so yeah. But, so I didn't grow up in the kitchen. So I didn't care about what was going on in the kitchen, so I didn't pay attention. And so now I'm learning from you all and asking my mom as an adult. But my mom doesn't cook as much as she used to, because now, she and her friends go out to eat a lot. And so, and she will order a meal, cut it in half, and take half of it home and eat the other half at home. And that's just what she does everywhere she goes. So she asks for a to-go box. And she'll cut her steak in half and her potato in half, but she'll eat all her salad and maybe all the broccoli or whatever. But then she takes her main food home, so that way, so she don't have to cook. So I rely on you guys and your knowledge. So any of my videos, if you're new to my channel, please check out the comment section, because so many of you, these people that follow me, are brilliant, and I mean brilliant. The things that you all have taught me, I value and appreciate so much. So, all right, that's enough talking. Got my salads done, and yeah. So I don't put tomatoes on my salads now either, because like I said, there's some vegetables that just don't do well. There's some vegetables, I'm just showing y'all, so there you go. I'll put this I'll make this my thumbnail so people can see what my salad dressing is. But, so there's some vegetables that don't do very well when they're put in a salad. So like tomatoes, they go bad kind of soon. Peppers, they're so wet. Jicama, I just never know about a jicama. I'll get a jicama and it'll last 2 days. And sometimes I get it and it'll last 8-10 days. But so vegetables that I'm not sure about, like my cabbage and rutabaga, or onions if I have them, I don't put those in my salads. So just know that. There's just some vegetables that they just get soft or yucky, so I don't put them. That's why I'm only putting the cabbage, rutabaga, and sometimes onions. But there you go. All right, thank you guys. I love you. Have a great day.